Welcome back. Today we're talking about Fstop bags. And we're back, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Today we want to talk about our experience with the Fstop bag, and specifically this is the Sukha bag. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
We think that's how you say it.
I'm pretty sure that's how you say it.
So if you don't know about Fstop gear, they actually make really high quality camera bags for photographers and other video professionals, and they're really known for their weatherized zippers and their non-rip bags. And they just take a lot of abuse, and they're huge. So they're also highly customizable. Yep. And we thought, hey, we took this to Alaska, and we thought we'd give you a review on how this performs. So at first look, we're going to actually talk about the actual overview of the bag, the storage compartments, and actually how we packed it and your experience with that. So, yes. Trey, how was it for you?
It was honestly amazing. This is my 4th Fstop bag. This is the biggest Fstop bag that I've owned. This one is 70 liters. I've owned their little tiny everyday bag to their 40 liter and then up to this 70 liter and everything in between.
And he's done that with 4 other brands as well. So
yes,
you
I'm
probably
kind of a backpack nerd, and I go through backpacks really fast. This is honestly one of the longest I've held on to a backpack, is this one. Yeah. So all of their backpacks have their internal camera units. So they're designed to have a lot of space, but then also have camera units that you can take in and out that your camera gear actually goes in. So you could pull all that out and just have an open, normal backpack if you wanted to. But what really makes these stand out is that camera unit for people like me who are going into the backcountry and I have to carry everything, including my camera gear, on my back.
Yeah. Now we should specify it is a proper backpacking bag. It has the support system in the back as well.
It does have the frame.
It is a legit one for backpacking.
So let's just talk about some of the compartments and features of this bag.
Start with the pack, yeah.
So this is 70 liters, like I mentioned. It has several compartments and the ability to add straps like this pretty much all over the bag, so you can add external gear. It has a top pouch here that fully unzips this direction. Has a top pouch with some Velcro pouches inside of it. I usually keep like my toiletries and things that I need quick access to on the very top. From there, it opens into the main part of the bag. As you can see, this is the main part of the bag. And I can see better. I have a large, I think this is the largest slope ICU. It's one of the largest ICUs that they make because I was packing a RED camera and batteries and stuff, so it's a pretty big camera unit. Wow. And then this is about the space that I had for all my other stuff. And this is in the main bag.
Yeah, you can actually see some of the frame there, right here. Yeah, these ICUs are massive, and this looks like a compartment for your laptop or something.
You can use it for your laptop, or they designed it to put a bladder. If you're backpacking, you can put a bladder in there, and it separates it from the rest of the gear, so that way. Actually, that's where the bladder is supposed to go.
Oh, the bladder goes in here.
The bladder goes in here, and it's this fabric is waterproof, in quotes. It's designed to keep it so if the bladder leaks, it's not getting the rest of your gear wet. That's kind of their idea, if you put it in a separate little compartment.
So would you put your laptop in here?
So I actually didn't.
You shouldn't take your laptop on a backpacking trip, but
I did take my laptop, but I didn't keep it in here, and I didn't pack around with it. It stayed at base camp in a Pelican. You can put a laptop in here though.
Okay. Probably better. Yeah. Cool. That's great.
So, with all the bags, this top pocket up here. So with all the bags, you can access your gear from the front, or let's stand this puppy up. And you can also, where's the zipper? Access the back panel here. And this allows you to access your internal camera unit. So this is my internal camera unit that I had. I had the red in here with the lens attached to it, some batteries, 100 to 400 here, and an A7S right there. That's kind of what my pack was.
Yeah, and these are good sturdy walls. They're not like super flimsy, so they actually do provide like good separation and good support. It's not going to tear or anything like that. It's not the cheap foam like you see in some of the other ones. It's actually pretty sturdy stuff. It probably is foam, but it's like a really high quality foam. So I've seen those rip and be total garbage. These are high quality.
In the lid, it also has a tiny zipper pouch and some other straps to add some stuff if you want to. Now, the really cool thing about these Fstop bags, especially like a bag like this, technically it's a little big for a carry-on. To take it on as a plane as your backpack. It's technically over the size. I have gotten away with it with this bag one time, but one of the cool features is, let's lay this down here, say they're not going to let me take it on and I'm not going to check my camera gear. I can pull out the internal camera unit, or the ICU as they call it, this guy here,
that's cool.
and I can zip it up in its own compartment, and it has a handle. So I can take this with me on the plane and throw what's left in here. I can check this if I want to. And all my camera gear is safe in this internal camera unit.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great.
So
Wow.
they do latch on.
You don't have padding on this
Actually,
wall?
you do. I took it out. There is the ability to have padding in here. It slides in right here. But I took it out for weight and space reasons.
That's incredible, wow.
Because I normally pack it underneath like that.
Okay,
But
that's awesome.
there is a pad that you can throw in there. And then this does latch into the bag. These go through little hooks inside of the bag, so it does securely latch in there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Let's take that out. And then on the sides, there's two compartments. They're the same on each side. It unzips here. And then there's two compartments on the side. I don't know the exact dimensions, but I kept my tent on one side and a whole bunch of other gear on the other side, including my pocket rocket and some gas and that kind of stuff I kept on the other side. Another cool thing about this bag is it has a handle on the side. And I have used it like that, especially when it gets really heavy. Instead of like a backpack, you can carry it like a normal bag.
That's cool. That's actually really cool.
It's very, very handy. On the front here, there is one other giant compartment. It fully unzips, and there's more gear on the front. I kept my rain gear in the front here.
Oh, okay.
Easy access, like my windbreaker rain gear that was on the front. I kept it in here. Some other random wet stuff that I wanted to keep away from the rest of my gear, I put in here. If it was wet, it went in here. That's kind of my idea, to keep it separated. Now, there is a little pouch on the bottom here. I did rip the zipper off of that. They are zippers, but I did rip it off. I think, the bottom is it's even more waterproof than the sides are. Like, you could set this down in snow or even in water, and no water's getting to that. It's very thick.
Yeah.
Designed to set your bag anywhere, really.
Yeah, a lot of the waterproofing on fabrics typically repels water, but if you sit it in a puddle, it will seep through. So that's really awesome that they did that.
Talking about them being weatherproof, I did put a rain fly on top of this. I actually had a Sukha gear rain fly because I wanted it to match my camo, so I did put that over here. But there was a time where this was sitting out in the rain without that on, and I was scared to death that everything inside was going to be completely soaked because it's probably sat in the rain for a good hour and a half to 2 hours. And to my shock, nothing was wet. There was actually no moisture inside after that. Now, I could see after doing that over and over and over again, there probably would get moisture inside, but 2 hours, nothing was wet inside.
Actually,
I was pretty shocked.
if you guys take a look at any of our, if you take a look at the Alaska film that's going to be coming out, you'll actually see some of the crazy weather that actually was on the island with them. And you'll see the torture this thing actually did go through. And I think it's amazing too, because you know, a lot of these bags are rated for water, but it's the fabric, not the bag. And so like in the stitching, it usually fails in the stitching.
Or the zippers.
Or the zippers. And it's awesome to see that this actually did well. So this is why you see so many of the adventure guys
with these
using
Fstop
these
bags.
Yeah, so that's cool.
These are, I mean, honestly, Fstop bags are probably some of the best outdoor bags. If you're doing crazy, extreme trips, they'll keep your gear super safe, extremely comfortable to wear, and they just do the job.
So are they worth the investment?
I would absolutely 100% say they're worth the investment. They can be a little bit on the pricier side, but I've owned a lot of backpacks, and these have always been worth the price. I probably shouldn't have sold or got rid of my 3 other Fstop bags. They are pretty incredible bags.
Cool. That's really awesome. So tell me about some of the cons and maybe some
Right.
just extra input and things you have to say about the bag.
Okay, so some cons might be for every day, even if you want a smaller one, they can be a little bit on the heavier side because the material is pretty thick, and I mean they're designed to withstand everything that you throw at them. So they can be a little bit on the heavier side, but I have yet to find a backpack this big that is designed for camera gear that can do what this does. Most camera bags are like my everyday backpack. A lot smaller. They're not designed to hold all this other mountaineering gear along with your camera bag. I honestly have yet to find one that I would even put to the test from all the research that I've done on backpacks. One tip of advice that I've done is they have a bunch of bags that are actually discontinued, and you can actually pick them up on eBay occasionally for a little bit cheaper the price if you don't want to get a brand new one. I actually bought this one brand new, but a couple of the other ones I bought on eBay because they are discontinued, but I still wanted to try them out.
Also, the availability of these bags seems to be kind of rough.
Yes.
So you can't, if you're going to buy an Fstop bag, they run out often and quickly. So
they do.
If they're available, don't think you're going to wait around and order it 2 weeks before your trip, because
you won't get it.
In fact, I think you actually had that problem.
I did. With ordering this bag, luckily I found another third party that had it. But when I went online to order this one, it was about a month to 2 month availability time for this bag.
Yeah.
And then the 80 liter or 90 liter, I can't remember, but bigger one than this was also the same. It was super back ordered.
Yeah, and I think even like there's other manufacturers out there like Cinegear, who makes like, or Cinebags. There's the
Lowepro makes a bigger bag.
the Swiss Army brand.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Whatever they are. You know, everybody makes their little adventure bags, but they're not the same. I just want to be clear. Like, I actually don't think there is a backpacking grade backpack for this kind of equipment at this kind of weight. So it doesn't really matter if you're using just some simple small DSLR, but when you're going pro platform with, you know, with big cinema lenses or even just prime lenses that weigh a ton, Canon users know what I'm talking about. Putting those with a red camera body, it's heavy, and the batteries, and it adds up. So
I have my whole entire camera system plus 3 to 5 days worth of supplies. That's food, clothing, my tent, my sleeping bag, my camp stove, all in here.
Wow.
And we had a base camp, but we ventured out from the base camp for 3 to 5 days at a time, and all of that had to fit in here. So
3 days at a time.
This was stuffed to the brim, but I was able to carry it. It was very heavy. I actually never took a weight measurement of how much this weighed, but I'm assuming 60 plus pounds of gear in this bag.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Well, cool. Great review. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
So, guys, if you liked that review, let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think about Fstop gear. And if you have any other favorite bags that you like, go ahead and drop them in the comments. We'd love to hear what you like.
If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks, guys.